YouTube, what's going on? Northeast Ohio. Got a little PSA reveal for you guys. It's a spicy one. I cheated. I looked at the grades. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I would love to do one of these where I slow roll them and I don't know what they are, but I'm just not wired that way. So, all right, let's get into the details here. This was a PSA economy order that I sent myself back on July the 8th. It was I think I actually mailed it July the 9th. I next dated it. They got it July the 10th ish, let's call it. It got checked into PSA's process starting August 5th. And I had grades this past Monday, which I believe was November 9th. So pretty much exactly 4 months. Technically speaking, it was 60 business days from the time PSA checked the order in, which was August. So the estimate when I sent it was 40 to 60 days with a 4-week wait time to check the order in. So they basically they were within the norm. I was hoping to be on the 40-day side of that and get this back in late October, or early October, not early November, but it is what it is. If they were late, they were barely late, and they definitely weren't ahead of the game at all. I have one more order there that I sent exactly 1 month after this one, almost to the day. That one is still sitting in grading. It was checked in on like September 4th or something, and it's about 10 or 12 cards. So this was a 15 card order. It is all basketball, and almost all of it is Mosaic. I would say 10 out of 15, 12 out of 15 are Mosaic. There's only a couple non-Mosaic cards in this lot, and pretty much everything in here is gonna be for sale at some point in the near future. There's only a couple cards in here I will look to sell immediately. Most of these I'm gonna hold for about a month till it gets just a little closer to the NBA season, and then pretty much sell all this off. There's only one in here I'm gonna actually hold for a while. So let's get into it. Let's see how we did. I'm sure I'll get questions about this. So my process is I do not own any sort of magnification or anything like that. I have a generic microfiber cloth that I bought on Amazon. I'll link to it in the description below. It's nothing fancy. It came in like a 2-pack. I wipe the cards down really good front and back, and I check the surfaces over with an LED flashlight. I have a little handheld one. You can easily use the one on the back of your phone. That just helps you see surface imperfections a little bit easier by shining a light on there. So enough of the jibber jabber, enough of the shenanigans, enough of the nonsense. Let's get into it. This should be a pretty quick one. So first up, we have a Zion, and this is just a base Donruss Zion. This was one I talked about in a lot of videos back in the day, that you could pick these up for about $20 to $25 raw. At the time, spend $20 to grade it and turn it into a nice profit. And this is exactly what this was. This is one, and actually I think this is the only card in this lot that I did not pack pull myself. So this was an eBay purchase that I bought. And this came back PSA 10. So I will be looking to sell this one, but I'm going to hold it closer for the NBA season. So just the base Donruss Zion, nothing too much, but I got about $45 into this card. And these are going for about $125 right now. And I expect those to go up a little bit depending on what the season does. Next, I think it's definitely Ja. I'm just trying to remember if this is a green debut or just a base. This is just a base. Base Ja. Mosaic. I've made a bunch of videos about base Mosaic. I opened up literally probably 12 Ja Morants, and I had 1 to maybe 2 that I thought were gradable. That's how busted up they were. And this one did come back PSA 10. So we are 2 for 2. This is another one I might not necessarily immediately sell. I really like Jaws, a little bit of a longer term hold. And this is actually one of my favorite rookie cards of his because I really like the jersey that he's wearing. This and the Optic one are probably my two favorites. They're not the most valuable compared to the Prizm, but I just like the way that this one looks. So, Jaw Base Prizm PSA 10, but these Mosaics are tough grades. So up next, it's 3 of the same card, and we are 2 for 2 so far on PSA 10s. This is Ja Morant's debut, but the green version. And I pack pulled these. So we have 1 PSA 10. 2 PSA 10. And 3 PSA 10 Ja Morant greens. I haven't checked prices on these lately, but I think these are around 125-ish, give or take. I will look to sell these at the start of the season. I just don't think the debuts hold as much value as the actual true rookie does out of Mosaic. I mean, that they don't. They just don't. It's not that I think, that's a fact. But so I'm not looking to hold these long term per se. I'll use these as something to get the money back on the sub immediately. Next up is one I'm going to hold on to. This is a Luka out of Mosaic second year. It's the Silver Mosaic or the Mosaic Mosaic. Their naming conventions on parallels are stupid. And this one also pulled a PSA 10. And I really like the way this card looks. I really like the Silver Mosaic with the blue jersey and whatnot. So I'm going to hold on to this one. It's not super valuable. I think this is like $100 to $150 card. Nothing crazy, but I love Luka, and I don't really see a need to sell anything Luka at the moment. Up next, we have another Zion, and I believe this is just his base rookie. And once again, I pulled tons of these, and very few of them looked clean enough to grade. So my best one went off in this first batch, and it did indeed come back PSA 10. So we are acing this submission so far. And I did not put these in any particular order. This is the order that they came back to me in PSA, which was the order that I submitted them in. It's actually a reverse order because I'm working from the back. So base Zion PSA 10, nothing too crazy. Once again, I will probably look to sell that right before the season starts. One of our few non-Mosaic cards. This is an SGA Prizm. This was out of the lot that I purchased from Bobbles and Ball Cards. So this is one of the other cards that I did not pack pull myself. And this is a red, white, and blue. And we also got good old PSA 10. So this is another one. I don't know that I'll necessarily look to sell this right at the beginning of the season. I may hold on to this one for a little bit because I'm pretty high on SGA. So I have a base Prizm of his at PSA right now in that second order. So I'm kind of hoping to see grades on that before I make a decision on this. If that PSA 10s as well, I'll probably sell that one and hold this one. That's typically how I like to do it. Marvin Bagley. This is a Prizm rookie silver. I pack pulled this 2 years ago now, right when I kind of got back into cards. The 18-19 draft class is when I decided to dip my toe back in. I stopped by one of my local card shops, bought a blaster, and pulled the silver. Rode around with it in the front seat of my car for the day because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I couldn't remember. I didn't have sleeves. I got it sleeved up and whatnot, and then just kind of sat on it. I always thought it looked really good. I cleaned it up a little bit, looked pretty good, and it did indeed come back PSA 10. The centering was really good on this, and the surface and stuff was really good on this. This is one, I don't know if I'll sell it right at the beginning of the season. I'm so worried about injuries with him, but I may give it like a week or two to see if he plays and plays well, and then immediately try to move it. I do not want to be holding anything Bagley long term. Next two, and once again, we are still perfect on this for grades. And the biggest card in this order is going to be the last card because it was the first one in the submission. We have 2 Zions. They are both NBA debuts. They are both parallels. One's a pink and one's a green, I think. I don't remember which one's which, but both PSA 10s. So not too bad. Once again, I'll look to move these right away. I don't want to be holding a lot of Zion going into the season. Probably the only thing I will hold long term on Zion is maybe that pink camo PSA 10 that I pack pulled. And I have a couple Prizms and some optics. I don't know. I got to sort through inventory. Next three, all the same card. LeBron Mosaic, green MVPs. This is one I probably would have been better off selling raw when I opened these. I probably made a little bit here, but not much. These were going for around 100 a piece, 80 to 100 a piece raw, right when Mosaic first came out. And I held on to these ones. They're going for like 125-ish now in PSA 10. So I might make a little bit of money on this, but I actually probably would have just been better off selling these raw back in the day. But spoilers, all three came back PSA 10s. So we have aced this submission to this point. We are 14 out of 15 with PSA 10s, with one card to go. And it is by far the biggest card in the submission. Value-wise, it might be worth more than the entire submission. It'll be close. I don't know exactly because I really don't know what this is going to go for because there's really not very much in the way of comps on it. Tyler Hero out of Mosaic, and we can see here numbered 23 out of 25. This is an orange fluorescent. The only bad part is it's an NBA debut, not a true rookie. But we did get the PSA 10. So I aced the submission 15 for 15. I don't want to get cocky and say that I kind of expected it, but when I submit cards, if I question any little thing on it, I pull it out. At least for this submission, I did. So I assumed I wouldn't get that lucky to get 15 out of 15. I was a little worried about the two Mosaic bases, the Jaw and the Zion, because those are really tough surfaces on those. And then this was the only one that I really wanted the 10 on. The funny story to this is I almost sold this raw instead of sending it in. And boy, this is one of those cases where a card sitting at grading really bails you out of a stupid decision you almost made. At the time that I sent this raw, this was about $100 card, give or take. Obviously, that was back in July. Tyler Hero's done quite a bit since then. The only close comps I can find on this, my best guess on value would be between 800 and maybe 1600. I got to look again. So I'm probably going to throw this on eBay at an inflated buy it now / best offer and kind of see what happens. I like Tyler Hero, but I don't like him enough to hold this particular card long term. I would rather take that money and put it into Luka or Ja or someone else, or just kind of have it sitting around ready to make a move on something if something pops up. So yeah, 15 out of 15 on the old PSA sub for 10s. We'll see how I do on the next one. I do not expect to do quite as well because I do think there were a couple 9s in there, or borderline 9/10s on that second sub that I sent out. So, but we shall see. Time shall tell. We'll find out probably early December if it stays on track with what this submission did. So, that's all I got for you guys today. If anyone is interested in any cards in that stack, let me know. I'll get you guys a price on it. Otherwise, they're just going to probably end up on eBay or Discord or a Facebook group or all the above. But if you guys have any questions at all, comments, whatever about my process, let me know. It's not some big scientific groundbreaking thing. I don't have jeweler's loops. I don't wear a head apparatus with LED lights built in or any of that craziness. But so YouTube nonsense down below, like, comment, sub, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.